It's Good News Week.
Oh my God! Oh my God, people of Australia! Oh my God! What have we done? What have we done? What have you people done? What have you all done? What have you done? Welcome to Good News Week. And the big news, oh my God, it's not over. 35 days of non-stop election campaign torture and we still don't have a result. We, the taxpayers, have just spent around $200 million on 5 weeks of empty promises, tunnel vision, attack ads, smear campaigns, baby kissing, ball kicking, violence, intimidation, religious zealotry, racism, sexism, homophobia, lies, leaks, freaks, and Mark Latham. In the last 2 months, we've gone from having a Prime Minister to another Prime Minister to a caretaker Prime Minister to no Prime Minister. Go Australia, moving forward. Yes, the people of Australia have spoken and what we've said is... In the end, we couldn't decide between the faceless men of Labor, the heartless men of the Coalition, the brainless men of Family First, or the arseless chaps of the Sex Party. It's all our fault. If this country was a repressive dictatorship, we wouldn't have to deal with this sort of rubbish. Save us, Bin Laden! Yeah, I thought you would have laughed more at that. That was meant to be a joke, but clearly you saw it as a reasonable alternative. Save us, Bin Laden! Save us! The big winners are the Greens, if by big winners you mean seemingly unable to save the environment no matter what they do. It was a campaign uninspiring in every respect. Voters fled both major parties, disenchanted with the lack of vision, policies and leadership. Then Latham turned up and they didn't look so bad. Mark inserted his buffhead into proceedings and said we should leave our ballot papers blank. You know, like we did when he was running. How many people followed his example and left their ballot papers blank? Just show of hands. Wow, all those people. Apart from Barnaby Joyce, who was staring at the wrong side. The election was incredibly close, closer than the murderous breath on the back of Kevin Rudd's neck. Neither Labor nor the Liberals won enough seats, so they now have to try to form a minority government. Can you hear that loud... Can you hear it? That loud sucking noise? Yeah? You hear that loud sucking noise? That's major parties having a meeting with the independents. If the government can't get the independent support, they'll have to team up with the party that's closest to them philosophically, the opposition. If they want to be in power, the big parties are going to have to come up with some tasty treats. Gillard has already offered all the independents an iPad. And Abbott's promised them the coloured pencils to go with it. His campaign was remarkable, but he couldn't have done it without his strongest supporters, the Labor Party. One big factor was his strong policy on boats. It's how he was going to bring in the internet. Abbott admits he's not a tech head, although people do call him something that sounds a lot like that. It's very sad for Julia, but at least she had a stab. And that's the good news.
It's Good News Week. Someone dropped a bomb somewhere, contaminating the atmosphere and blackening the sky. It's Good News Week. Someone found a way to give the rotting dead a will to live, go on and never die. It's Good News Week.
Oh, you're very pretty, mate. Thank you. Good evening. Tonight, still hoping it's just a bad dream, the next leader of the Labor Party, Mr. Mikey Robbins.
Comrades! Comrades!
Ooh, it's a bad dream. She's been the editor of Cosmo and the first host of MasterChef. She's a journalist, social commentator, and the face of the Lifestyle U channel on Foxtel, the brilliant Sarah Wilson. And the really quite more than adequate Tom Gleeson. And they're basking in the glow from the light on the hill, Claire Hooper.
There you go. Yeah. They're great.
I know.
Starring in the life of Akmal. He's talking already, ladies and gentlemen, around Sydney for the next few weeks. The delightful gremlin, Akmal Saleh. What's gremlin mean?
Something good.
And you loved her when she was killing Heidi. She now has a new band called The Verses. The album is Seasons. The single is Want Everything. She is our special guest tonight, Ella Hooper. No relation. Ella Hooper, no relation.
Polly,
Yes,
just a quick request. Ella and I put our heads together before the show, and we just think if we could just have Akmal as a... Just for tonight.
As a
Just for
Hooper.
tonight,
Be a Hooper, you may as well assimilate.
That makes
Come
sense.
on, just
Akmal Hooper, it's like Muhammad Smith.
but way better, way better.
It fits.
I like the colours you're wearing.
Thank you. Black, that's my
Black.
colour.
You've gone into mourning after the election, have you, Akmal?
Very slimming. Yes, I'm in mourning.
You're not happy about Tony Abbott and
No,
the coalition being so strong?
I wish, Tony Abbott. It was all about the boat people. Every time he said the boat people, I got this image of these people who can turn themselves into a boat. Like, if you shoot a boat person, you don't kill him, you just spring a leak. The boat people are coming. And Tony Abbott, said virginity is a gift. When he said that, I thought, if all men looked like you, Tony, virginity would be a gift.
No, he's right. It is a gift, and I spent 21 years trying to give it away.
Yeah. That's a gift you can't take back to Kmart. Yeah, I only used it once. Didn't fit. No, it didn't fit. Yeah.
You are vulgar.
Did I
It's the first time this has ever happened.
What?
-10 to start. -10.
All I did was I said, did I do a drawing? Because I can do a drawing. I've got a pencil.
You do a little drawing, and we'll talk to Ella for a second. Lovely to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, gorgeous. This is your new... Where is it? It's here somewhere.
It's there somewhere.
Look,
I
there
believe
it is.
you've got a copy.
Can I show the
that's
people of
very
Australia?
pretty. It's quite pretty, isn't it? Quite
What's happened to your
spooky.
face?
It's engulfed in a fireball, actually.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Quite violent, really.
You look much more attractive in
With
real
the-
life.
Oh, I thought you were going to say with the fire, but no.
Yeah, the fire kind of brings out, I don't know, that looks kind of like an accident.
Going
Nice.
for,
You don't like that
70s.
cover? Is that what you're saying?
No,
you
I
like
like
the
it.
cover?
I'm intrigued because you
Come
look so
on, come on.
different. That's all. When I have a DVD, I look exact. This head is all I have.
Your next DVD, you should make yourself a boat person and spring
Yes.
I will. That's my dream. I want to be a boat person so I can give
like-
Tony Abbott the shits. Yeah, try turn me back, Tony. It's too late, fucker.
Like a transport.
I got the feeling, even without a boat, you would give Tony Abbott the shit.
I know.
With this CD, you've made it with your brother, Jesse.
I did. He's in the new band too.
Yeah.
Brought him across. He went to LA for 3 months to record it and get that kind of 70s California sound. Lots of harmonies, lots of jangly guitars.
Yeah. Fleetwood Mackie, sort
So a
of...
little bit of Faces, kind of Stonesy, kind of Linda Ronstadt-y.
Oh.
Yeah, a little bit of twang, a little bit of Americana.
Oh,
Americana, Australiana. Little blend.
Stop making that noise, Paul.
Oh.
I think it's a good sign, right?
It's either that or gas. Oh, what? Oh, yeah.
Minus 20 for you. Minus 20.
Yay!
Sarah Wilson.
Yes,
First time
hi.
on the show.
I'm going to try to redeem some of those 20 points.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think it'll be hard for you, Sarah.
Don't know what that involves.
So, tell us, have you been happy about the election result? Are you
No,
a big supporter of
I
Tony?
kind of find it really intriguing. It's kind of completely reflective of where we are as a nation. I'm quite proud of Australians, I've got to say, because we essentially, when we were voting, said none of the above. So we've come out with a non-result. I think we're a very smart nation to have arrived at that point.
It's such a shame that none of the above ends up with all of the above. That's by default, you just go, oh, now we've got them.
Imagine if you had a party called None of the Above.
Oh,
that's
what
great.
would you do?
Good.
See, at the risk of losing more points, it was a 5-week-long election that went on forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
And then on the night, it was no result. It's like if you've ever had really bad sex. And
Isn't
at the
there
end-
such thing?
Yeah, well, and at the end, no one's satisfied, no one's going to come, and now we're going to have to bring other people in to finish us off.
That's at least 10 points, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, no. Tom?
I watched the election and I'd hate to, give away any kind of political bias, but when I first found out that Tony Abbott could be Prime Minister, my reaction was... But then...
You got 10 points for that, Tom.
Thank you. But then, interestingly enough, I realised that I'm actually a high-income earning comedian. I thought I'll probably get some tax breaks and some more material, so fuck it.
Yeah. Apparently Tony Abbott is negotiating with the miners. And he wanted to be a priest at one point. I don't think he should be anywhere near miners.
Claire Hooper, just before we get into the game, I'd like to make comment on your green blouse.
Yeah, what's
tonight.
up with
Are you a supporter of the
Thank
Greens?
you. It's an absolute coincidence, but it is convenient that that I'm wearing green campaign colours because I was pretty excited to be in Melbourne. Adam Bant got in for the seat of Melbourne. Good on you, little fella! Good on you! And it was the one, like, it was just a really dreary night of watching the results come in. And the one little good bit of the night was watching him make an acceptance speech and knowing that was a historical moment. Even if you don't like the Greens, it's an important historical moment. And we kind of do a little bit. Yeah, we're actually really proud of being in Melbourne.
But you know what I would like to ask Adam? How many trees were wasted in all those ballot papers?
Well, that's the interesting thing when you turn up, you had a vote card. Everybody else was doing the big ones and the Greens were doing little bits of paper like, not too many trees. Slightly less trees.
You know what was weird at my electorate is Mark Latham was hanging out the front, hanging out...
Please don't vote card.
Hey, actually, before you get to that one...
Have you made yourself laugh? Is that what's happened here?
Because you just looked down at his penis. I'm joking.
I know. I looked down at my penis and it looked like your head.
And that's what made you laugh. If you look closer, you can see the circumcision scars.
Thomas, does your penis never shut up as well?
Yes, his penis is extremely witty. That's where he gets all his jokes. You notice he'll just listen and he'll go... And then he'll say something funny.
And my penis does sometimes just bang on and on and on.
I know.
I think we can call it quits. That's it. Focus now. Focus. The first offence is what's the story? Mikey, Sarah, Tom. Let's boogie.
Okay, Sparky.
Minus 40. What is that? What could that possibly... Who is that? Who could that possibly be? What's going on there?
It's a towel.
What's going on there?
English president.
Who's that? I don't know who that is.
Oh, there she is.
no.
Oh, Queen of the Bogans.
What's it about?
Well, obviously the first tower was, I assume, prison towers, because I didn't really...
Yeah. And presumably in Bali.
Yeah.
And the last image was Chappelle Corby thinking about what her postal vote would be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mind you, though, the biggest problem was when she got the Senate paper, she tried to make a rollie.
Tisk.
Minus 50, why don't you?
I just have, Mikey.
I think it's something about some special celebration that was happening in Indonesia recently.
Yes.
It's what's known as pardoning season.
Yeah.
Virtually, and one of the things that there's been more pushes for the girl who, no matter whether you think is innocent or guilty, got a bloody long sentence for a bag of weed. Okay, a 4-kilo bag of weed. But it was and so the idea is that this time, and there is yet again talk about bringing her back to Australia.
Yeah. But imagine if we did that on our, Australia Day, we just go, we get pissed, yeah, fuck it, let's release the prisoners. And it's like, off you go, you little fucker, just don't do it again. We should do that every Australia Day, like the old days.
What old days?
You know, like Jesus, when they said, who shall I release? And they said, release Barabbas.
Oh, those old days.
Those old days.
Now I know.
Yes.
the quite old days. They do have it, ladies and gentlemen. 10 points to take them to nothing. Convicted drug smuggler Schapelle Corby has been granted another small reduction to her jail term, which means, all going well, she'll be able to get back to her smuggling job a lot sooner. Schapelle is laughing, not because of the reduction. She just does that a lot lately.
I'll give yourself -5.
The news comes as a survey found 1/3 of Australians want her freed immediately. Corby's support is at an all-time high, which is what put her in jail in the first place. The survey found 10% thought she was innocent, 41% thought she was guilty, and the rest didn't care either way as long as they could get baked and imagine her lezzing out in the showers.
Lezzing out?
When was the last time you used the phrase lezzing out in a sentence?
Tony Abbott might use that when he's trying to work out his preferences and who he's going to get.
Lezzing out.
Who he's going to get for the balance of power. We should les out and contact the Greens.
Happily, it's thought Indonesian President Yudhoyono will reduce Corby's sentence even more, as he's nearly finished the whole boogie board bag.
Bread? He said bread.
I know. It's just good.
Claire, Akmal, Ella, go crazy. It's your turn now. Out of the starting block.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Come on.
Stop the
What's
bulls.
that about?
Stop the bulls. Oh,
Clapping,
and clapping, loving it.
Oh, yeah!
Stop it.
That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate in 3D television.
Very realistic.
Very close up.
Gougingly so.
For those who can't afford it, you know. That was hilarious. I don't even feel sorry for those people, because if you're going to sit and watch an animal being tortured for an hour for your pleasure, fuck yeah.
I don't think that was the torturing one, though. I think that might have been the one where they were just taking a little...
They're teasing it.
They're teasing it.
But you
They're
know...
not stabby, but just teasing.
Yeah, I will mention this at this point. A bull might not be able to understand that it's all just fun and games.
No, but you know...
That is a good point.
You know, Paul, if you look at that footage closely, it was a really, like, he was just standing around and then suddenly he went into the crowd. I think he just suddenly saw the guy who's selling the cornettos. You better be quick with that guy, man. Before you decide what flavour you want, he's gone.
Maybe the bull just looked up and saw someone eating a steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And recognised it.
Yeah, the guy in the red shirt. But wouldn't that be funny if the bull had jumped in the audience and then just turned around and just defecated all over everybody and then said, "This is bullshit, I'm out of here."
That was great. But you got to the first person to laugh at that was Akmal.
Yeah. Because I knew I was coming.
Okay, do we have an answer?
Well, the answer is that the first two images were from the kind of campaign to stop the stabby bullfighting.
Yeah.
And then this recent incident happened at the non-stabby bullfighting of the bull just going, "Yeah, I realise you're not stabbing me now, but I got a lot of payback for you."
Do you think they're going to bring back the stabbing now as punishment for the naughty bull? Would that be a bit
naughty
over the
bull?
Probably not.
I wish my wife had called me that once.
Has anyone here has anyone been to Spain and done the running of the bulls?
No, I've been to Spain but haven't done the running of the bulls.
You haven't
Why
chicken?
would you do that? Why? Who would do that? Take their life
I'll tell you what. It just reminded me of something where I used to. I'm not proud of this. This is very stupid. I'm not promoting it. But when we were young, I used to live in a suburb of Sydney called Punchbowl, and me and my friends were dickheads, and we would go to the police station and stand outside and just yell obscenities till they come out and chased us, and then we'd run into the park at night, and we call that the running of the pigs. I'm not saying it was cool, I'm just saying, and someone would eventually get caught and belted, and that was funny if it wasn't you.
Akmal, ladies and gentlemen, and the Hoopers, 10 points. Yes, Bull 1, spectators 0 after an angry beast leapt out of an arena in northern Spain and charged into the crowd, injuring 40. Must confess that's my kind of blood sport, It's evolution at work, ladies and gentlemen. After 400 years of bullfighting, eventually one was going to learn how to climb. Take this as a warning, everyone. Shake the crumbs off your picnic rug before they release the bull. No one died, except the bull, of course, but he was invited to the post-match barbecue. Bullfighting is losing its popularity in Spain. The region of Catalonia recently banned the so-called sport. Thousands are out of work, and bullfighters, once considered the ultimate in macho manhood, are now just a bunch of guys in incredibly gay outfits. So after one vengeful round of Good News Week, the Robbins team are on nothing, which is still better than minus 40, and the Hooper team are on 10 points. Coming up, the best of the campaign mug shots. Yeah, I look forward to it. Bit of bother. During the break, as we hid from Ernie Dingo, both teams were given 3 clues to a recent strange but true story. Hooper, Saleh and Hooper have native animals.
Lots of them.
It's a lint fest of fun.
Look, I'm bobbing for koalas.
Yeah, that's a bit weird, but...
Yeah, that is a bit strange.
It's got spit on it.
Something about that reminded me of the lesing out comment before. Just something about it, like some familiarity.
Is that what lesbians call it, bobbing for koalas?
Yeah. Has anyone ever done running of the lesos?
Anyway, enough.
It's very bad luck
the
to
system.
do this.
We also have lifestyle equipment.
Lifestyle equipment.
Oh, hello. How you doing?
Not inside, don't it? Oh.
Oh, it's bad luck.
Actually, the amazing thing is, from here it just looks like someone's painted your head black.
But my head is black. I feel like I've got a lump, like in the cartoons when you get smacked in the head and you go... That's right. I am an Egyptian in New York.
It actually suits you. It suits you.
It suits me, do you think?
it's definitely.
Do I look more handsome?
Yeah. It's good.
And who is...
Handsome's a word, kind of, for it.
It does. I will say it does make you look more intelligent, so it is deceptive in a number of ways. And now, ladies and gentlemen, finally, this last and hopefully very beautiful clue. Ella.
Yes, the wonderful Old Man River.
Old Man River! Old Man River! Oh. This is the new CD. Is it actually in the stores? Or?
No, this is going to come out in September 10.
You've got a lot of Indian players on this. You did a lot of work in India on it?
We worked with Indian players and a famous Indian producer over there. Did a bit in Israel as well.
Yeah.
So it's in LA, so it's a bit of a global album, I guess.
So are our studios just not good enough for you?
We used to meditate together.
Really?
Yeah.
You look familiar. I was
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Oh, no, hang on. If you meditated, how could you recognise each other?
Where was that?
Here in Sydney. Here
Okay.
in Sydney in Bondi.
In Bondi? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Why do I suddenly feel like we're in the back of a combi?
Smoke it up, Mikey, smoke it up. The Old Man
fun.
River. Man, do you have a clue for us?
Yes, I do. It's a musical clue.
Yeah. Thank God for that.
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you and find the things that you do, you know I feel alright. You know I feel alright.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Old Man River. Thank you, Ohad. And Robbins, Wilson and... Oh, dear God. Robbins, Wilson and Gleeson have a bloodsucker.
Yuck. People in Canberra actually wear things like this to stop the magpies from swooping them. Like you go to Canberra and everybody's got these, bike helmets on with these weird things coming out the top.
You wear this. I think it's probably a giant male mosquito over it in the back of your neck.
Because you know what? People in Byron Bay wear that too for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Can I, Mikey?
Yes, mate.
Could I feel your abdomen? Here's something you could see at a nightclub, eh?
Someone get a giant zapper, for God's sake.
Some more team.
We also have...
Yeah, mine's not very theatrical and it's not a song. It's
a heavy bag.
On balance, it's a thing that weighs things.
Imagine using that as like bathroom scales, Like just having it in your bathroom, I should check my weight,
That's depressing.
Oh dear, I'm heavier than that again.
Yes?
I've got a clue too.
Yes?
Can I appeal to the opposition?
Yes.
I have to do a deal.
OK.
Could you cross the floor, please, Ella, and do a musical clue for me?
I can jump ship for a minute. Yes. Just for you.
Ella Hooper, ladies and gentlemen, crossing the floor.
Thanks for helping us form government.
Pleasure. Anything for you. Okay, well...
Do you have a clue for us?
Musical clue part 1. I need a hero, holding out for a hero till the end of the night. Who's gotta be strong, it's gotta be fast, it's gotta be fresh from the fight. I need a hero, I'm holding out for a hero till the morning light. Who's gotta be now, it's gotta be soon, it's gotta be larger than life.
More of that interesting stuff at the end of the show. Now to the game called 1,000 Words. Robin's team, your best captions for these almost winners, please.
OK, mate.
Let's crank it. Who's that? What's happening?
Ventriloquist doll comes to life.
Oh, I've got one.
Yeah.
You didn't see that coming.
Tony tests invisible noose.
In an election with a fully hung parliament and swinging voters and flaccid local members, Tony Abbott grabs his balls.
Just looking at that too, the way it's hanging. World's biggest air freshener.
Do we have a look at the next snap?
That big snap.
Oh, look at that.
Very friendly koala under rostrum.
I reckon he's meditating with Sarah and Old Man River in Bondi.
My dad always did say Bob is God, but I thought he was talking about Bob Dylan. But maybe Bob Brown was...
I think after the election he's saying, my mandate is this big!
Bob Brown fixes climate change by breathing in all the carbon.
Next snap. Who have we got up next?
Quick, resuscitate me.
Oh, did you just move your tongue forward?
You'd better be the real Julia.
What about man kisses redhead in public?
Nice work.
Why would you?
Let's try the last one.
Excellent!
Is that a Mr. Burns reference?
Yes, excellent.
Excellent.
And look, he's stupid. He went out with a suit with the Sydney Morning Herald on it.
Old man entertains himself by making farting noise with hands. Just looking at Tony Abbott, this is a horrible thing to say. What's that old man smell?
Oh, shit, it's me!
Hooper team, I think we'll move on to you now. Your 1,000 words begins with this happy threesome.
finally the faceless men reveal themselves.
You know, colourblind Julia negotiates with the yellows instead of the greens.
I got one. Queensland sends a message.
ABC introduces B3.
Next one. Should we have a look at the next?
Yeah, next one.
It's like a scary funhouse ride gone wrong. Like so many of them.
Yeah. No, he carries that as ID.
Imagine if Barnaby Joyce took that with him door knocking and he used it under the door to go, look who's outside.
He's actually walking in. It's the new Barnaby Joyce delivery system. If your Barnaby Joyce isn't there for half an hour, you get a free policy.
Yeah, everyone gets a free Barnaby Joyce. If you know, yes, and a garlic bread.
Should we have a look at the next snap?
You can't see this, but their noses aren't the only things pointing directly at each other.
Actually, the headline refers to the bloke in the middle.
Yeah.
Torn between two dickheads.
They've been using that new neck workout thing that's being advertised on Facebook. The neck trimmercizer. They're doing the neck workout.
I don't know why, but I'm still obsessed with the guy in the middle. Sad walrus by his suit.
Let's have a look at the last snap now.
Oh, yes. You know, they're trying to be... You know, being friends, like pretending to be friends, that's like, you know, Judas coming up to Jesus after the crucifixion and saying, let's hang out. Come on.
I don't think you'd say hang.
Oh, yeah. Come on, here's some silver pieces for you.
Gillard takes last Tim Tam.
I think it's Mummy and Daddy still love you very much.
Yeah.
But we can't live together.
Yeah, that's nice.
While we're on the subject of politics, after talking about it for years, the push is on in North Queensland to split and become a separate state. North and South Queensland. Why not? It works so well for Korea. The North generates a huge amount of the state's income from mining, agriculture and tourism. Then again, the South has Dreamworld, a water slide and more than one gene pool.
Yeah. At least Tasmania did the honourable thing and broke off.
The North plans to implement some unique laws, such as making 4X the state beverage, giving Joe Bjelke-Petersen a sainthood, and sending anyone trying to bring in their fancy book learning straight back to Brisbane, where those smart-ass communist poofters belong. The other states are all in favour of splitting Queensland in two. It'll give New South Wales a much better chance of beating at least one of them in the state of origin. Robbins is now 20 points, Hooper's 30 points. After the break, a brand new contest. Stay around. We call this Would You Believe? Sarah Wilson, you're up. Come and jump in the chair. Come on, jump in the chair. Yep. Okay, good. The Hooper team will recount 3 news stories, only one of which is real. Through probing interrogation, Sarah has to work out what that story is. The player with the real news has to tell the truth. The others can lie their socks off. Sounds simple? It's anything but. 10 points. Don't talk! So, 10 points if Sarah gets it right. 10 to the Hoopers if they fool her. Claire, would you start us off?
A British man is in trouble after he was caught drunk and driving his children around in a car that was on fire. When another motorist pulled the kids out of the car, the man didn't even notice and drove off. He was stopped by police 70 metres further down the road.
Do you want to ask any questions at this point?
Okay, so the kids were still in the back of the car and the car's on fire.
Yep.
I'd just like to say I didn't know what to expect, and that was a great question.
Way to go, Perry Mason.
Akmal, can you read your news story, please?
I can. I've learned English. I did special English. Would you believe? In South Africa, a man has saved his family from an aggressive ostrich by hypnotising it. They were picking... sorry, I can't read it. The rest of the story is going to be in Arabic. No, they were picnicking. Picnicking, what a stupid word. Who says picnicking?
No, it's meant to be... You normally say...
the English world.
Picnicking.
Picnicking. They were picnicking. When the ostrich began squawking and circling them.
Circling?
Circling them.
Was it circling them with a picnic?
Get fucked.
I think we just missed a snort from...
Shut up!
From Ella Hooper.
I'm getting a rhythm here.
All right.
Carl Pollard stood his ground, held the bird's gaze, slowly reached out and gently stroked it. The bird, that is. After a couple of minutes, the ostrich closed its eyes and slumped to the ground, apparently asleep.
Okay.
He said to his wife, Margaret, and their 2 children were on holidays in Wild Reserve. He said he basically learned this skill by when he was young. He hypnotised chickens.
Shut up.
Akmal.
It's all there.
Akmal.
I'm trying to make it shorter.
Akmal, a little bit of advice. With your book, don't do a talking book, okay? Don't do one.
Yes.
The book would be telling you to shut up every now and then. Shut up! Shut up, I'm reading to you!
Yeah.
Sarah, do we have any questions for Akmal at this point?
I just think if Akmal keeps going, he'll probably give away the answer. The ostrich was hypnotised. Was there a device used to hypnotise this ostrich?
Yes, there was a device.
And what would that device be?
It's not written here. No, he learnt it by hypnotising chicken. He stroked it. You've got to listen more. It's... Look...
He employed the same skill in hypnotising chickens as on the ostrich.
He slowly reached out.
All right, shut up! I've never stabbed anyone in the eye before, but I got a hankering to do it now. I got a hankering to stab it.
Let's move on to Ella. I'll come back to Akmal.
Pencil. All right. OK. Ella.
The world's worst street magician has been arrested after asking people for their mobile phones, then smashing them. The crowd initially assumed he was a comedy act, but soon realised something was wrong as he got increasingly frustrated when his magic tricks weren't working.
He smashed the people or the mobile phones?
The mobile phones. I believe he covered them, he put them under a handkerchief and smashed them to pieces with a hammer.
And this guy was a good comedian, or was he just a busker? Where was
the
he
worst in the world. The world's worst street magician.
Sounds like a bad street magician.
His name is Buzo the Magnificent, not Bozo. So I think that's kind of a hint. Buzo.
Has he ever worked with kittens?
I hope not.
I've got to work out which one's true.
Which one's the mad magician, the hypnotiser, or the drunken father with the burning children? Which are we going for?
You guys all right to leave this one with me?
Yeah, please.
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want a clue?
Yeah, please.
Actually, I must be... Ella's does sound most plausible.
Ella's is the most plausible because comedians... This is probably not the show to say this, is it? Comedians are moody bastards, so I'm going to go with Ella.
All right. Audience, normally I don't really give a toss about what you think. But do you say Ella?
Yeah?
Akmal? Claire? Interesting. Claire Hooper has the correct story.
Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Wilson. Yes, a very special British man was so drunk he didn't realise he was driving his 3 children around in a car that was on fire. Adam Whitehead had been up all night drinking vodka in celebration of going back to work. Sadly, he lost the job. The school chose another bus driver. Thank you. When a passing motorist noticed the smoke and called out, "You're on fire," Adam knew it was going to be the best day ever. The kids also tried to tell their dad about the fire. Well, they told him they spied with their little eyes something beginning with F. When Adam stopped in traffic, another driver pulled the children out of the smoking car. But just when you think drunken dad couldn't get any better, he then drove off, leaving them at the side of the road. But he was in a hurry because he had to go and pick up his children. Who will be the next to take on the Dirty Liars? Find out right after this. It's time to play Would You Believe? Akmal, Saleh.
Yes.
I think the answer's no. Remember, only one of your opponents will be telling a true story.
I think.
We haven't told the stories yet. Look, if Akmal's playing this game, can we get more comfortable chairs?
When you said, if Fuckmal is playing this album. Fuckmal's playing it.
I've had a
I'm not going to
few.
play it if Fuckmal's playing it.
You had two sane, responsible people to choose to play this game.
I don't know.
And you bring out Mini-Me.
Like a dumb lottery. Here we go. Mikey,
It's
over to you for the first story.
Akmal.
Yes, Mikey. How are you?
Who cares? 15 schools in America have banned snowmen because they're sexist. Now, the principals have said because the snowmen have no genitalia, calling them men is reinforcing gender stereotypes to precious and impressionable children.
Yes. Well, see, when I make snowmen, I make sure I attach genitalia.
No, you missed the point. No, you don't go into a personal story about your life.
I know.
You try and find out.
I know.
Also, too, Akmal, it doesn't count if the genitalia you attach is your own.
Man,
So is that your question? Is that the question you're asking?
No. They've cancelled. All right. 15.
15 schools around the
All
States,
right.
mate.
Out of how many?
4,720. I don't know how many schools.
Liar! Get out! Oh.
I don't know how many schools there are in America.
No, I know. I'm just trying to get a laugh.
I know.
Anyway, and the sexy lady.
Sarah.
Sarah,
I'm sorry, I forgot
Nice to
your
meet
name.
you. Yeah.
I forgot your name.
In Colombia-
If you can remember Akmal, I would think I could remember Sarah. Such a fuckmal.
I believe your story is true.
Oh, well done.
Hey, you points. I'm going to give Tom 10 points for that. I found that very funny.
Might be some truth.
There we go. Okay, can we move on now?
right.
I'm
It's actually nonsense, fuckmal.
I'm going to
It means nothing.
deduct
Would you
points now for
believe?
swearing.
Would you believe? In Colombia, 3 men got into trouble when they tried to steal a lion from a circus. They failed to sufficiently tranquilise the animal, and it came to in the back of their van, causing the thieves to crash into a parked police vehicle.
Yes. Now, I know that story is true because the lion did show up at the Bankstown cash converters.
By the way, the police car was on a stakeout, so
Yeah.
they probably would have spilt coffee and donuts on their lap.
Yeah. And how's that connected to the lion?
I'm just throwing you off.
I'm just
course.
throwing bits.
Yeah, I'm trying
She
to
can do it, but not me. What's going on? Is it racist? No, yes. So they took the lion in the car?
In the van, yeah.
In the van?
Yep.
And how did they break in?
I'm not quite sure how they broke in, but that doesn't mean
Liar!
it's true. They'd stolen the darts, the injections, from a
Yes.
vet clinic nearby.
Okay.
Broke in and took the lion out on a stretcher.
Yeah.
And put it in a Tarago. I don't know if that's going to throw you off course. as
Stealing
well.
animals is a very risky thing. It's like you can't go to a pet shop and just put a turtle in your pocket. But a lion, that's ridiculous. I don't think that's true. And Mr.
Tom Gleeson.
You've known him for 20 years.
Yeah, we
I
met,
know,
we met
I
in
know.
1996, you.
You had hair then.
Does this help you, Rita?
I know. And you didn't.
I did actually. No, I used to be called because I had hair. I had curly hair like this, and I started losing it. But I refused.
That's when I met you. When that bit
I was like
not
that,
there,
right?
you
But
know,
I thought, no, I'm not gonna. I refused to accept it. I just grew it. I looked like an Egyptian Krusty the Clown. And people call me the Egyptian koala. Because I was stoned all the time.
Liar!
Yes, I'm lying. Well done.
Right, you ready?
Yes.
Here's the story I'm about to make up. There were some lawn bowlers in competition, and one of them,
Yes.
the made-up one, as a joke, during competition, showed his genitals.
Yes, because
I just made that up.
he wanted to get,
No, you can't.
as many
no, you
balls.
don't know the story.
No, but I do. How do you know that? I think
I've got the card.
he wanted to have as many balls next to the jack as possible. I think that story is the true one.
It's not even a story yet. You won't let him talk.
I can't believe I've got a card with a story written on it and somehow you still get in it. That'd be like me just busting a chapter into your book.
Hey, check it out. It's the sealed section.
Anyway, he said he did it as a joke. He was trying to indicate that the other team were just playing like dicks. That's why he showed his genitalia.
I actually know this.
But I made that up.
I think, and I think Tom is the real story.
You don't want to ask any more questions?
Yes.
Why did I?
Sarah!
Why did I? Oh, stuff it!
What's your phone number? No, I'm kidding. Tom is the real answer.
So tired of my life.
No,
Okay, come on, let's see who has the correct news story.
Hey!
Akmal got it right.
The winner!
Would you please thank Akmal Saleh? Akmal. Once again, professional sport has been rocked by scandal, with one of New Zealand's top competitors banned for exposing his genitals during a game. And ladies and gentlemen, lawn bowls may never be the same. David File is stunned at the ban, even though he admits he flopped out my old fella. What's worse, he was jack high. But it's not as bad as it seems. In lawn bowls, the term flopping out your old fella usually just means getting dad out of the car. File claims he did it as a joke to illustrate to his teammates that they were playing like dicks. But it got worse when he tried to tell them to harden up. He's now been banned for a decade. It's harsh, but Bowls New Zealand has a strict rule. Paragraph 3, Clause 2 clearly states that members must remember that any member's member which makes an appearance outside the member's stand will result in the loss of that member's membership. Over there, something phenomenal. Over there, something else. Who gives a toss? Coming up, Clash of the Titans. This is Clash of the Titans. Tom Gleeson, Claire Hooper out the front.
I've been waiting to clash with you for ages, Gleeson.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to take you down to Chinatown. I actually probably am. We quite often go there for dinner after the show.
And a lemon chicken.
We do.
Honey prawns. Honey prawns.
Can't wait.
Should we get some more honey prawns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, these two fierce competitors will face off on the field of general knowledge. First in gets the points. And remember, your names are your buzzers. Let's check them now, shall we? Tom?
Tom. Tom.
Is it Tom or just Tom?
It's, Tom.
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 Wow. You're a GPS.
He always knows where he's going.
And Claire, can we try your buzzer now?
That's the noise your dog made when my dog smashed it.
This is really awkward. My dog was looked after by Claire, and her dog bit my dog.
He didn't bite it. He just chased her around, let her know who was boss.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh,
we're
sorry.
at the begin.
Can I be honey prawns? But we're both honey prawns. We're both honey prawns fans.
So, are we settled, or do you want another crack at it?
We'll have more honey prawns at this table, please.
Have more honey prawns at this table, please.
Yeah.
And
Tom.
Oh, this is going to be a fun game.
oh, it's a weird evening.
This is going to work, little man.
Oh yeah, here we go. Who is the Premier of Queensland?
We'll have more honey prawns at this table, please. Sorry, were you letting me get that one?
Yeah. I just like the desperation in your voice. I thought that they might turn up.
Anna Blythe.
Thank you very much. 2 points. Takes it into the game, ladies and gentlemen. What is Pope Benedict XVI's real name?
Hitler.
Yes.
But you prawns are this to Ratzinger.
Thank you very much, Joseph Ratzinger. The team worked it out over there.
That singer.
Sounds good.
Who is the coach of the Sydney Swans?
Paul Roos.
Thank you very much. 2
Thank you.
points.
Yes!
Gets off the starting block. Very nice.
I'm a Sydney Swans fan. And like all Sydney Swans fans, I'm not a member.
In what city are the Commonwealth Games being held?
We'll have more honey prawns this time, please. I did finish before him.
I know it.
Interestingly, Delhi.
Which old or new Delhi? Or middle-aged Delhi?
Delhi? It's just Delhi?
It's at Hello Delhi.
Who are Frances, Bridget and Louise?
We'll have more honey prawns at this table, please. They would be the short-skirted daughters of Tony Abbott.
Thank you very much. 2 points. It's almost thrilling. Thrilling. Which Scottish patriot, portrayed by Mel Gibson, was executed on this day in 1305?
You can take our honey prawns, but you can never take our freedom. You did finish first, though, so I'll give it to you, fella. Just like my dog gave it to your dog. Okay?
Yeah, he did it in human style.
Tom.
Don't pay out my dog. My dog is a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel and its name is Poppy Parker. And it's not my fault that it looks a little bit like a rabbit.
You have a dog called Poppy Parker that's when's your Mardi Gras flight coming out?
My wife named the dog, and I think she named it because she liked seeing me be embarrassed having to call it back when I take it for a walk. So I go, Poppy. Poppy. And I'll be honest with you, I grew up on a farm, and for me, dogs are something that should be outside, but this little pooch has stolen my heart.
Which Scottish patriot, portrayed by Mel Gibson?
William Wallace.
Thank you very much. 2 points goes to the Tom Club. What is most vodka made from?
Poppy! Here, Poppy! Damn it! We'll have more honey prawns at this table, please.
Can I say it?
You can say it.
Potato. You know what?
Damn it!
My wife and I, we went to Ireland recently, and we said that all the time. I know it shouldn't be funny, but we were just always go potato. We'd start to mix it up. We'd do a bit each. I'd go por, she'd go tear, I'll go tor. How annoying would it be if we were actually at the Chinese restaurant now and this was the Lazy Susan? You're like, I'll have one. Can I? That one.
And he brings you a tom yum soup.
This is the last question. I don't know if anyone cares anymore. But this is the last question. If Tom gets this, he will tie. If he does not get this, he will lose. The Clash of the Titans. So who wrote the books On the Shoulders of Giants, The Nature of Space and Time, and The Universe in a Nutshell?
We'll have some honey prawns at that man's table, please. Because I do not know.
Was it Stephen Hawking?
Thank you very much, Tom. Has tied it, ladies and gentlemen. Can you thank Tom Gleeson, Claire Hooper? Return to your seats. That's it, it's done. It's over. According to renowned astrophysicist Stephen Hawking, the human race will become extinct if we don't colonise space in the next 2 centuries. The good news is we can probably beat him to the escape pod.
That's not funny.
Still, Hawking is confident. He said, if we can avoid disaster for the next 2 centuries, our species should be safe as we spread into space. And then he got stuck in a doorway. Them now on 40 points, them on 50 points. Strange but True is next.
It's Good News Week.
Time to see what our teams have whipped up with their strange but true clues. Mikey, Sarah, Tom. You had the mozzie. We also have the bag of stuff.
And I think more importantly, we've got weights. We're weighing things.
Yeah, these are actually little chalk buds. See? There we go.
Tiny little brown things.
They weigh something.
Actually, I just thought what I could do with this after the show is go around and scare the crap out of haemophiliacs.
Imagine if this is how you weighed weights. You went, there we go, it is...
Well, actually...
782,000 chalk buds. That's how much they weigh.
I think that's actually going to be relevant to our story when we get to the end of our clues.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll all become very evident in a moment.
Oh, yum, that smells like Daryl Lee.
So we have...
And I'm not talking about the shop.
He does not need any more sugar.
No, I don't think so.
I have been to some optometrists, by the way, in inner city suburbs that give you glasses that look like that. And I think they're cool.
Hey, look, I'm the new Green member for Melbourne.
So, we had the mozzie, had the bag of stuff, and finally we have this.
Ella Hooper, round of applause.
Ella Hooper.
Where have all the good men gone? Where are all the gods? Where's the streetwise Hercules to fight the rising on? Isn't there a white knight upon a fiery steed? Oh, late at night I toss and turn, I dream of what I need. I need a hero, I'm holding out for a hero till the morning light. Oh, it's gotta be strong, it's gotta be fast, it's gotta be fresh from the fight. I need a hero, I'm holding out for a hero till the morning light. Oh, it's gotta be sure and it's gotta be soon, gotta be larger than life.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Ella. So how do those clues, including that divine song, how do they all fit together to make a story?
Well, my original thought was a brand new sort of superhero called Mosquito Man, like a hero that has the ability to weigh things. Like you can look at someone and go, 94 kilos. But I don't think that's it.
I'm glad you reached that conclusion. Tom, have you got any?
I just got a bit distracted because I realised that a scale could also be a catapult. I want to do it again. Here we go.
Dear God. Physical things here.
No, that didn't work.
Jeez, you're a
And
Gumby.
in fact, I think you broke it.
It's all right, it's only an antique.
There's some kind of clue in this because I think it's about weighing a lot of...
Sorry, I just really upset it didn't work. I wanted to go Kapawa and have it go...
I did read this.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
Cuts and chase.
basically I had nothing and he's an idiot.
I think in Taiwan it is some woman has been heralded a hero because she has she's broken some new record for collecting a whole bunch of mosquitoes, dead mosquitoes.
Because mosquitoes are a problem in everywhere.
Yeah.
Who likes mosquitoes? Other
So
mosquitoes.
she collected something like 4 million of these things, and apparently they don't like to, like it's a competition, and they don't like to actually count each individual mosquito because in fact she collected 4 million of these things, and that would take a really long time to count. So instead they got her to weigh them, and apparently 4 million mosquitoes weighs 1.5 kilos.
Wow.
So she won this competition and she's been hailed a hero.
Imagine
She's
being
been
at her
cool.
dinner party. Have I shown you my mosquito collection? It's only 4 million.
This happened in China a couple of years ago. They had a problem with flies, so they actually set up a government initiative to kill flies. So similar idea, but this time 4 millions of mosquitoes, and they only weigh 1.5 kilos. That's amazing.
They did it in Canberra too with bogon moths.
Yeah.
And
But the restaurants, they all sold them and ate them in restaurants.
they're about to do them in North Queensland with bogans.
10 points, ladies and gentlemen. A Taiwanese woman has become the country's new hero after catching 4 million mosquitoes in a month. So long, suckers. Mozzie, mozzie, mozzie. Ow, ow, ow. For catching the 4 million mosquitoes, more than 1.5 kilograms worth, Huang Yuying won a $3,000 cash prize. She didn't do it for the money, she did it for the buzz. She's Still, she is glad she won the cash, and so are her itchy, itchy family. But how do you find 4 million mosquitoes in a month? Here, mozzie, mozzie, mozzie. Here. Here, mozzie. Don't move a muscle, more strange but true. Right after this. Strange but true, the last hurrah. Claire, Akmal, Ella.
Yes.
Your clues were the koalas.
Just can't help noticing that this might work as a bit of a catapult.
Yes, indeed.
Into the audience.
Come on.
Oh, that was disappointing.
Yeah.
You would be the worst butterfly catcher in the world.
No,
There's
into
a lot
the
of
audience.
koala fluff.
Look, I'll show you how to do it.
Watch out, everyone!
Oh, Jesus, there are cameras.
Not one came out.
Physics.
It's harder than it looks.
Sit down.
Hey, I did a pretty good job considering how hard it was to throw
Yes.
them out of the
Yeah,
net.
you did, yeah. Well,
I
compared
did
to,
a
I'm
good
sorry.
job of throwing
Okay,
them.
let's drive this one home. We also have an umbrella.
Yes, and is it kind of hat that you do magic tricks with it?
Oh,
Watch this.
Good timing.
Good timing.
can you do magic and make his head go back on?
Oh.
It's too late. Gone.
Bring it out of the hat.
Come on.
Ta-da!
Watch me pull a koala out of my head. Really? But that trick never works. Ta-da. Huh?
And finally,
The wonderful Old Man River.
Old Man River! Yeah!
Thank you. Been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping like a log, but when I get home to you, I find the things that you do and make me feel alright. You know I work all day to get your money to buy you things, and it's worth it just to hear you say you're gonna give me anything. So why not should I moan? 'Cause when I get you alone, you make me feel alright. When I'm home, everything seems to be right. When I'm home, feeling you holding me tight, tight. Hey, it's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping like a log, but when I get home to you, I find the things that you do and make me feel alright. They make me feel alright.
The brilliant Old Man River. The new album is Trust. He's touring nationally in September. Get it while it's hot. Out of those little clues connect to form a tale of the true and unexpected.
I think that your brolly and bowler hat represent
Some Englishness?
Yes.
The British worker.
Yeah, the worker? I don't think so. This is...
The British banker?
British wanker, yes. This is basically, I think this is the story. South Australian government is trying to entice English backpackers to come.
But not by boat.
Not by boat,
Never
of course,
by boat.
because they're going to be turned back.
You go back, you fucking
I think this is a real story because something you made up wouldn't contain the word entice. I think that's
No,
not
it
real.
has to, yeah.
So far, we've got South
So the
Australia.
South Australian government are trying to entice British workers over to work in the exotic animal industries, like
Yeah, they're trying to tell them,
koala handling and possum handling and Akmal handling.
And I think this is what we should do. We should, being an Australian, I think we should invite all the English backpackers to come and stay, and then on Australia Day, we release Ivan Milat. And the challenge...
The running of the palms.
Yeah.
The running of the palms.
The running of the palms, and their challenge is not to die.
Did you just call it the running of the palms?
Australian
Yeah, I think it
viewers,
was outlined
anyone out there
yeah.
that finds the comments that Akmal has just made offensive, please write to Akmal, care of Akmal Saleh.
I like the way that Akmal's managed to weave in a whole heap of other stuff we did at the beginning of the show. The whole idea of pardoning a prisoner
Yes, that's called comic
and the
genius.
running of the bulls.
So watch and learn, Tom.
So I think we're across the line. Let's just get into the points. Yes, 10 points, ladies and gentlemen.
My brain's broken.
The South Australian government has launched a campaign to lure bored British workers to the state with offers of exotic jobs like koala catcher and shark tagger. South Australia is promising the ultimate work-life balance. Surely that depends on how you define life. Still, catching koalas can be lucrative, especially if you catch the big ones with the buckets. The problem with shark tagging is, once you've tagged the shark, you're it. Yeah, live it. Feel the freedom. Let's go now, ladies and gentlemen, to one last memorial game of Kevin Rudd's Fast Money. At the moment, sitting so close, it's incredible.
72.
Yeah, 70. Yeah, okay. In the Netherlands, a zoo is worried its orangutans have forgotten how to leap from tree to tree. What are they doing about it?
Getting some trees.
They've hired... I actually know this. They've hired a gymnast. A gymnast to teach them how to jump from tree to tree. And now the gymnast is mating with one of the girls.
As sad as it sounds, apart from the mating part, which I think Akmal could have added, he does have it right. In New York, a 61-year-old man whose licence expired 33 years ago has been charged with drink and dangerous driving. What was wrong with his vehicle?
It's going backwards.
No.
Over here, come on.
Go on.
Come on, they got no idea.
Oh, can I hear something over there?
Bloody poor.
What, mate?
3 tyres. He was missing a wheel.
That's it. He drove 18 kilometres without
Got
one of its
I
tyres.
got it, yeah. I'm a little bit late. It was almost there.
Okay, the last one. I'm going to throw open. In Serbia, this Friday, an unusual cooking event is taking place. What is it?
Testicles?
Yes.
Oh, he's got it. Thank you. In Serbia, the Testicle Cooking World Championship is happening. Dishes are made from those bits of the bull, goat, wild boar, horse, donkey, reindeer, elk, ostrich, kangaroo, turkey and shark, apparently.
Yes.
Shark?
How many sharks are there in Serbia?
7.
7.
So, in the lower house tonight, Mikey Robbins, Sarah Wilson and Tom Gleeson scored a painfully tight 80 points. Smearing Claire Hooper, Akmal Saleh and Ella Hooper on 74 points. 10.com.au/GNW is the place to get the podcast, see the extra stuff or apply for a job with the Labor Party. They're looking for a few good faceless men. So we say thank you and good night, Norman Erskine, and leave you with the good news for the week ahead. It's the Taste of Melbourne Festival. Watch Matt Preston devour a whole city. Macaulay Culkin will turn 30. His new Home Alone film has a much darker tone. Tomorrow is the launch of Lung Hour, a campaign from the people behind Earth Hour, aimed at getting smokers to quit. And if you turn off your lungs for 60 minutes, they guarantee you'll quit. Yeah, feel it. Why not? Next Monday is the start of National Body Image and Eating Disorder Awareness Week. Those who can't make it will be spewing. Oh, thank you.
You're back.
Bang.
And Sydney will host a 50s fair. For Tony Abbott, August just gets better and better and better. Good night.